I'm very excited. Anybody that knows me, I spent 6 years on the SWAC, 5 at Texas Southern and 1 at Prairie View. The way I look at it, it's just another opportunity to create, different rivalries. It's something new for our guys. We have played a SWAC school every year for the past 4 or 5 years, so our guys understand, what they're up against. And again, I think it's just new competition, a chance to just play some new people and see what's going on in the SWAC. To be honest with you, to start it, it was chaotic. You have to think about a bunch of 18 to 23-year-olds, something they're used to doing. They're used to a regimen, they're used to a schedule, and being off of that schedule, it's not comfortable for a lot of them. And it wasn't comfortable for the coaches, let alone the players. So keeping them focused, it was just, talking to these guys every day. My staff did a great job of keeping them engaged, with meetings, with just talking to them about their families, their well-being, talking to them about school. I think anything you can do, any programming you can have for them would have been good for us, and I think we tried it all. Our guys have been ready, and at spring practice, we actually had to practice at 5 o'clock in the morning. And some people say, well, that may be a little crazy. There's a few schools that have to practice at that time of morning. But for spring football, it was a little odd. We had 0 issues. No guys late, nobody whining, because we had been away from football for 1.5 years. So coaches, players, our support staff, our managers and trainers, everyone was ready to go back to work. And every morning at 5 a.m., we had no issues getting everybody out there and getting to work. Something like graduating and having another year to play, that's something that's second nature for us here. We have an average of 8 guys a year that graduate and either go to grad school or they go for another bachelor's degree. So that's something that we were used to. It just gave us a few more guys that will maybe impact guys for us to give them an opportunity to graduate. And I have 4 guys that will graduate from grad school, after they finish in the fall. So that's a huge advantage, to be able to, actually do what a lot of coaches preach. Don't use football, or don't let football use you, you use football. And I think when you show guys that the educational benefit from COVID can be great if you use it the right way. We have actually 2 junior college guys that'll graduate from grad school. They came in and they did a great job, and they're finishing up grad school this fall. And I think it's something that you could not have asked for or been more prepared for than we did here. And when you look at it now, the University of Wisconsin, they could not bring a lot of their student athletes back because the NCAA increased the roster sizes, but you had to have the funds to fund the scholarships. So the University of Wisconsin had an issue with that. They let baseball, softball, and a few of their football players go after their senior year because they were not willing to sacrifice their signing classes. And when you look at that, we had to look long and hard and see what people we were thinking about bringing back. And every football program in the country had to do the same. I know North Carolina A&T, which we all know A&T is a little different now, but they had no issues with that. They were allowed to bring their whole roster back and still sign their whole signing class. But that's something that they made a decision on. We had to make some tough calls. We had a few guys that decided to go on and start their lives after graduation. I can't fault them for that. I think they served their time here, they played football, and they did the most important thing, they got their degree. Graduating is something that you dream about, and a lot of young guys, they dream about going to the NFL, but what we talk about, and there are signs posted up in our building, you're only gonna have 1 out of 1,000 go to the NFL. So when you look at it, how many can actually graduate? You can have 1,000 out of 1,000 graduate. You have that opportunity, it's in front of you. So when you look at the educational benefit of it, you have to go in and you have to preach that every day because they're called student athletes for a reason. There's no athlete without a student. We're gonna always use the same thing we use. I think we've used it since 2015 when I took over. Put the ball down. we're going to play football. We're going to play hard. We're going to play fast. We're going to play physical. Every time you see a Bethune-Cookman University football team on the field, you're going to be in for a show. We're coming out to play. We're going to put a great product on the field. That's what we'll promise people week in and week out.